What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. ASAP Ferg has put out his sophomore album, Always Thrive and Prosper, also known as ASAP. And the album has been a long time in the making. It's been 2.5 years since Trap Lord came out, and then Ferg put out a mixtape after that. So there hasn't been a shortage of Ferg as far as like his presence, but it is a long wait for the album. But I have to say, I think it was worth it for the most part. Let me start off by saying that the album itself might turn people off because of how it starts. The album starts with Ferg going in like an experimental way. There's a lot of EDM in the first three songs. So if you're not like a fan of that, which I'm not, you might not enjoy the album. You might be like, is this what the album's gonna be like, and turn it off. But I definitely would say that you have to get past that and it starts to get better. But I mean, not to knock like the first three songs, but like a song like Thrive with Missy Elliott, it fits into the theme of the album, and I'll get to that in a moment. But like I said, I'm just not an EDM fan. But at the same time, the record is unbearably catchy to where I'm like, damn it, it's stuck in my head. But as far as the album theme goes, it seems like family plays a huge role in most of the album. This is Ferg being, very personal, and he's given us a lot of, his life, from talking about his uncle, whose name is Psycho, which is a really good record, to reflecting on his grandma passing away and not being there to see the success on the album's closure. And then you got Yammy Gang, which is dedicated to ASAP Yams. And you have Let It Go, or Let You Go, which is about his breakup. And all of this just plays a role in making the album like that's the theme. But it's not all the album has to offer. ASAP has everything that you'd want out of a Ferg project. I think it offers that personal side, like I said, but it also offers the bangers. A lot of people love Ferg for the bangers, the records that are going to go off in the club, the ones that are going to go off when you hear them, and there's a couple of them on there. There's Let It Go with Schoolboy Q, and Ferg and Schoolboy Q are a really good combination, just as much as Rocky and Q are. So you have that connection, and that's a good record. And then Swipe Life featuring Rick Ross. While I'm not a big fan of that record, I can understand the appeal and how it would sound if performed live or in a club. So, you got to add that record in there. And you got Uzi Gang with Lil Uzi Vert and Marty Baller. And I got to say, Marty Baller really showed out. I'm not too impressed with Ferg or Uzi, and not to say that they spit bad verses, but I think Marty was the one that he set it off, and then he impressed me enough to want to check out like a project that he's coming out with. Because I know Ferg has been rocking with him hard, and they've been dropping singles here and there, but he doesn't have a new project out yet. So I think that's what Uzi Gang did for me. And then Ferg's verse is a little bit weird. He has that part where he does that little auto tune about having sex with the girl in the bathroom. It's kind of like, what? I don't know. That part I really didn't enjoy too much. And then there's another line on Hungry Ham that I didn't enjoy, and that's your uncle smells like shit. Your uncle smells like shit like he got garbage in his ass. Who approved that line? Who said, Ferg, that line is hot? Who was in the studio and said, Ferg, what? Why? No, you should go back and do that one. I don't know. That line should never have made it past the cutting room floor. It shouldn't have made it past his notepad or his phone, however he writes. Or if he just writes in his mind. It shouldn't have made it out of his mind through his lips. I just think that is a terrible line. And it goes back to like why you might be turned off in the first couple songs. A line like that is enough for somebody to be like, just, oh, no. But overall, I feel like ASAP is a strong album. And I didn't even talk about the single potentials. There's I Love You with Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign. That one has a potential to be a hit record in my opinion. But the one that I'm rooting for is World Is Mine, featuring Big Sean. I don't know, there's just something about that record that just gets me every time I hear it. I think it's Sean's infectious hook that really brings it all together. And it's one of the records that just gets stuck in your head and you just have to enjoy it. So that those two records in particular, I think, can be pulled out. Obviously, you had New Level that was out, but it hasn't really picked up as much. But it is a good record nonetheless. So ASAP is a better album than Trap Lord by miles. I looked at the Trap Lord track list and looked at it on my iPod to see what I still had from it, and I had maybe like 2 or 3 records total from that album. So that indicates how it aged with me. Not to say that it's a bad album overall, but ASAP is much better. It's much more defined. It's personal for Ferg, but it still retains those bangers. It has everything that a Ferg fan could want, and you gotta commend him a little bit for doing the experimental stuff, such as the EDM. But I don't think it worked, and that's just my opinion. But I would love to know what your thoughts are on A$AP Ferg's sophomore album in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video, follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time.